Hello everybody, this is Jenny McGarvey here with you today. I have my week 28 of Project Life to share with you, and I'm using a whole lot of Lifestyle Crafts and We Are Memory Keepers products with this particular week. Now, as you can see, I have a bunch of the Teresa Collins Studio Gold stuff set out, plus those Lifestyle Crafts nesting dies, the stars, and as you can see up there, I used the POW paper from American Crafts to cut out one of those stars in the nesting dies. I also have that letterpress card that I have already done off camera before I started recording. I just don't like the way that it shakes the video, and I think it makes it a little bit unpleasant to watch if I do it. Now, as you can see here, I am throwing down my photos on my template. I have a couple of 3x4s ready to go, and then one 4x6 that I'm going to trim down into a 3x4. I wanted the people in the photo to be larger. If I printed it as a 3x4, it would be smaller, so I just printed it as a 4x6 and then cropped the photo. Now, as you can see, I'm going through the 3x4 and 4x6 Studio Gold collection, not the Albums Made Easy 4x6 like meant for the little Instagram album. I'm looking for a 4x6 card to go in that upper left-hand corner. It's meant to be a week card where I give the date for the whole weeks. Now I find that love, 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 love card, and it's perfect because I know instantaneously that I'll be able to go ahead and add the dates on there with some gold glitter thickers that you'll see a little bit later. Now I'm pulling out that 3x4 card that has the glittery stars around the edges. I plan to do journaling on that card, and I need to find another one to go in that right one. I settle on the heart for now, but I will go through the other stack of 3x4 cards trying to find something more perfect, which I do, which is that little camera card. Perfect going forward with the camera theme that I kind of feel like I had going since I had the camera letterpress card that you can see right there. And P.S. for that letterpress card, I used letterpress paper and then a Studio Calico letterpress plate and the black Lifestyle Crafts ink. Now I've got those Dear Lizzie glitter gold thickers out, and I'm going to go ahead and start embellishing my left side of my spread. As you can tell, I'm going to go ahead and use that love, 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 love card and write the dates like I already told you I was going to do, just spelling out July and then using the numbers directly underneath that. I actually really dig how this looks. Those repeating love words are just the outlines, and then I use these fairly bold thickers on top of it, and I just think it gives it a really cool contrasting look between the two different typewritten elements. Now, as you can see, the photos so far are fairly self-explanatory, at least on the bottom and in the middle, but I will go ahead and add thickers to some of them just to give a little bit more pop to those particular photos. Now this one, I am spelling out the word friends, and of course I don't leave myself enough room on the right side, so I have to go back and move them over ever so slightly just so I can get the entire word on the photo. I wouldn't want anyone to think that I actually can eyeball that straight from the beginning. No, I must have to pull up those stickers and go back. So anyway, those gold glitter thickers look so cool on these bright, fun, summery pages. I might initially think that maybe the gold would be great for like a Christmas spread or something like that, but I really do love it with this whole summer theme. It's bright and fun. Now, as you can see, I've pulled out that card that I'm planning on using for journaling, and I'm going to go ahead and use my ruler and my black pen and draw out the journaling lines that I do so very often. I knew with these gold stars around the edges that these black lines would feel really fun on the card, and I wasn't going to line them up or anything. I was going to make them starting and ending in different places all over the card, and it turned out exactly how I wanted it to, and I'm super happy with how it looks. And so then I can go ahead and add my journaling directly onto that card, and it really just turns out to be exactly how I love it, and it really just fits my style very, very well. There you go, that is all finished. Now I can pull the whole thing back down into my workspace and get back to work after I've gotten everything laid out nicely and neatly. Now, as you can see, I've pulled out those Studio Calico Essentials, and they are the gold stars, and it's kind of a fun little pack. There's various different shapes in there, and they have a gold foil sort of appearance. They're very shiny. They actually remind me of those little star stickers that you can get in the packages that kind of seem sort of old school, that teachers used to stick on the top of packages or whatever, or papers, I'm sorry, not packages. Anyway, so I'll go ahead and use a little tiny tape runner, the Thermoweb green one, and get those gold stars adhered down onto that photo, which is a photo of my sons with their back-to-school backpacks. I had some puffy gold heart stickers, and I'm adding those to that bottom right-hand friends photo, and then also that picture of the sofa. Now, I like that heart on there, I really do, but I keep feeling like I should do something else instead. So I pull up that sticker, and then I put down a stamp right there to see if the scale works with the photo, and it does indeed. So I'm going to go ahead and use my black Stays-On ink and stamp right on top of that photo this love stamp that you'll see right here, and it came from my July Scraptastic Kit Club stamp set. I believe it's the Either Way stamp set. I really love the font of that love, and the scale was just absolutely perfect for that particular photo, and it looks great on top of that photo of a sofa. So now that that's finished, and I've got it stamped, and since I use Stays-On, I don't have to worry about it smearing, which is great. So now I can go ahead and add just a little bit more to this layout, like a gold puffy heart right next to the love, which is kind of cute. It acts sort of like a bullet point right next to it. As you can see, it's fun to continue to dress up the page, and I don't always. Sometimes I keep it nice and versatile and plain, but in this case I'm still finishing just a few little elements, including putting the date on that photo, and then also adding just the slightest bit of journaling on that photo, and also I will do it on another as well. And I'm using these labels that have gold foil on the outside, which is a really fun detail, and they've always just felt sort of out of place to use on other layouts and pages, but they really fit in well here with the black and gold theme that I sort of have going on. Now I'm going to go ahead and take that circle label and place it on that photo of the house listing and have it half on and half off. I actually am, in this particular moment, not able to find my scissors. As you can see, I'm searching high and low for them. They were just on the other side of my desk, so if I'd looked a little harder, I would have found them. But anyway, so I'm going to leave it hanging off, and when I move this layout, you'll see, or this page, you'll see that it's still hanging off, but it was only because I couldn't find my scissors, and I find them later and I trim it down. So it's really not that big of a deal. So I'm just adding the very tiniest bit of journaling to that one particular photo right there, as you can see it, and then the page is really complete. So I'll go ahead and move that particular one out of the way, and then I will get the template for the right side out and get to work on that one as well. Now, as you can see, I have the rest of my photos and I'm getting those set out. That's kind of the nice thing about already pre-planning my pages as to where things are going to go. It doesn't really take me a whole lot of time to work on a layout, both sides together. Now, as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and use that gold POW paper die cut that I used with the Lifestyle Crafts nesting dies, the stars. I really, really like those, and I use them at every opportunity that I can. Now, I've trimmed up two smaller photos. Those were ones that go on a 4x6 page, so I guess that makes it 2x3 photos. And I like those because you can fit a couple very comfortably. Now, I'm not using this particular template the way that I normally do. I'm using two 4x6s, and then also I'm going to go ahead and use those 4x4s, excuse me, down the center. Now I'm using a glittery gold star and then that gold foil camera along with this black and white, and I absolutely love how your eye is just really drawn into the center of the page with that contrasting black and white stripes. Now I'm looking through the rest of the 4x6 cards, hoping to find cards that I can use underneath those two particular groups of photos, the one in the lower right hand corner and the one in the upper right hand corner as well. Now as you can see, I'm planning ways that I can use both cards. That top one being able to use the photo and the die cut, and the bottom one able to get both of those photos on there and also keep a lot of the card visible so that you can see all of those really cute stars, and then the contrast of the black and white and how that ties in with that center card. Now I knew I had seen something on one of these cards that I wanted to use and I wanted to incorporate into this particular layout, but maybe not the card in full, but I couldn't quite remember which card it was, so I'm having to go through all of those cards to find that particular element to use on my layout. Now, as you can see, I finally come up with it, and what it is that it's that little bottom part on the card, and so I'm going to just go ahead and trim that right off. I knew it was a super cool element. It's probably like an inch tall, and I'm just going to go ahead and adhere it to the bottom of that particular photo in the upper right hand photo spot. I love how it looks. It's really graphic and fun, and I suppose honestly I could have probably just adhered the photo on top of the entire card as opposed to trimming it up, but really it worked fine, and that's what sort of seemed more natural to me. Now I'm going to use my Creative Memories corner punch to go ahead and make sure that the corners of those two cards are nice and rounded. And then I'll go ahead and make sure that it fits right there with that gold die cut and go ahead and adhere it right down along with adhering the gold die cut. Now that goes just exactly how I thought it would, and I had pulled out from my stash a little flare button that's white with a black camera on the top, and it came from one of the past Scraptastic Kit Club kits. Probably sometime in the winter if I had to guess. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my Sharpie pen and just add the very tiniest bit of journaling to this card, filling in those little spots from that original We Are Memory Keepers 3x4 card that I trimmed down. Now as you can see, that's a fun little card, and I love some of the little details that are right there. And then not to mention that I was able to also add journaling, so it seems like kind of a win-win to have a really cute card that also incorporates journaling. Now I had in my stash that I bought a couple of years ago or a year ago another little flare button that says JUL, and so I'm going to go ahead and adhere that right inside that camera, as well as adhering down a little bit larger label sticker with the gold foil on the outside and using that for journaling on that bottom right hand photo, which is a couple of photos of my son playing baseball. Now I'm going to go ahead and start working with those thickers again, the gold ones, and just writing team on the bottom right hand part of this particular photo. I like how it really just pops and is so simple all at the same time and adds a lot of fun and ties in with those glittery cards that I've used on both parts of the layout. Now as you can see, I've added a few more thickers right there, and I will add even more on that upper left-hand photo as well, just keeping with the theme and tying all of those photos together and all of those different slots together with the thickers. Now as you can see, I'm finally getting around to actually placing the glue dots on the back of that little piece of flare right there on that gold foil camera, which is super cute, and I love how the white and gray flare looks on that gold foil. Now here are those stickers that I had alluded to earlier, and I'm just going to go ahead and spell out run with an exclamation point right on top of that. Now again, I'm getting another label sticker out with the gold foil on the background, and it goes nicely with the rest of this. Now I'm placing most of the label right on top of there, but I will trim a little edge of it off on the right hand side that I let overlap the edge of the card. And it's just, to me, it anchors it to the side of the photo, and I like having it hang off where I can trim it right off. There you go. Now as you can see, that's all finished up. And I'm going to pull out some more of those gold foil stars from the Studio Calico Essentials package and just add those right there. And I love how the stars are so versatile and so easily used, but they really tie themselves into sports photos as well. Now I just used my tiny little thermal web tape runner to go along and adhere those, and then also adding a small teeny tiny little puffy gold heart sticker. Now I'm just going to add the names to this card, and then I'm really pretty much done with this layout. So thank you so much for stopping by and taking a look at my page that I created with a whole bunch of fun lifestyle crafts products, and We Are Memory Keepers. Didn't get around to using that card. Thank you so much and have a great day.